Hi everyone, Bernard here. I hope you're all staying safe and well. Welcome to my latest Citizen channel feature. Please, if you are new to the channel, push that subscribe button and push the bell notifications as well, so you know when these vlogs are coming out. And of course, I do lots of stuff city past and city present, so please push that notification. But make sure your notification is set to public as well. Don't forget, otherwise you won't get to know. But press that subscribe button. Please check out my links on screen as well for Facebook and Twitter, and also don't forget I've got a little film and TV channel on YouTube as well, so if you want to have a little break from football, check that out. And of course on Facebook and Twitter I will check every few days and follow and friend everyone back on there. And also don't forget I'll have a sort of links with Losing Business on Twitter. They promote city fan related small businesses, local businesses which need our help perhaps more than ever these days, don't they? So please don't hesitate to get in touch with me if I can promote or put some stuff out for you on one of my magazine vlogs, my city magazine vlogs. And don't forget, I'll always give a shout out to local projects or charities, etc, etc. Just get in touch. Anyway, please enjoy today's Citizen channel feature. Thank you. Right, today we've got our regular feature now for the season, match report, where we have a look back at City's latest game, a game against Barnsley, of course, on the 31st of July at the Academy Stadium. Pep versus Marcus Shop. I think that's how you pronounce it, Shop, something like that. Anyway, good mates, aren't they? Apparently used to play together, etc. So it was nice to see them chatting in the stands for I believe a good hour before the game. So that was nice to see. Yeah, Barnsley. I kept putting Bolton down. I don't know why I kept putting Bolton down, because it begins with B. I'll be in trouble on Tuesday when we play Blackpool, won't we? But there we go. Yeah, pre last night, Barnsley played how many games? 3 games up to now. Don't forget their season starts when we're playing in the Community Shield, so they need to get the games in as well. 14th of July, they beat Rochdale at their place 2-1. 17th of July, they won at home against Sheffield Wednesday. And on the 23rd of July, they a draw with the mighty Morecambe at Morecambe, a 0-0 draw. So not too bad, was it? So that's all right. But I must admit, before when I played the Preston game, I did say I think we get more of a challenge from Barnsley, obviously because of the position they finished last season. They got to the playoffs, etc. And of course, they'll travel to Cardiff, won't they, for their opening fixture the same day we're going down to Wembley. Yeah, City lineup last night. Stefan, Cancelo, Diaz, Aki, Mendy, Fernandinho, McAtee, Palmer, Knight, Van Dabby and Mahrez. Yeah, I'll only call him Van Dabby today. Everyone else has started to call him that now, and I've noticed on the internet, so I'll probably pack it in after today, but it's still a bit of fun at the moment. Subs Van Sass, yeah, there's a goalkeeper. Gundogan, Zinchenko, Sandler, Robert Scuto, Moreno, Pozo, Rogers, Bolton, Gomez, Dionku, is that how you pronounce that? And Burns, yes, that's easiest to pronounce, isn't it? Yeah, it was the match report itself, an excellent first half, wasn't it? I think as the half moved on, and we just got better and better. The young lads all looked sharp, the 4 young lads who were mainly playing up front and in midfield. And as against Preston, I think Mahrez sort of grew very quickly into it as well. He started off a little bit iffy, but his linking up play with Cancelo and everybody else was superb last night. And his quick passing and getting back as well. He was tracking back and winning balls back. That was excellent to see. It's not always the side of Mahrez we see, and it's obviously the side of Mahrez Pep would like to see. Perhaps a hint of a certain player coming and joining us might have livened him up a little bit. But I have no complaints against Mahrez yesterday in the first half. Excellent. The goals, obviously, it was on 23 minutes. We went 1-0 ahead. A great Diaz long ball, of course, found Mahrez, and his cross just eluded the keeper, and it just slightly in front of the keeper, so he couldn't reach it. But an easy side foot home for Van Dabby, wasn't it, at the far post? It was 2-0 on 30 minutes. A lovely little flick through with the outside of his boot from Mahrez onto Cancelo, wasn't it? Which again, little cross, superb little cross, just in front of everybody in the Barnsley defence, and obviously a nice little easy finish for Mr. Ben Knight up there. 3-0 on 34 minutes, pretty much game over, wasn't it? A long cross ball from Mendy, yeah, this time obviously he was working little wall passes down that left-hand side, and Mahrez first time inside the post. I thought it might have took a deflection, but I wasn't convinced of that. I've watched about 5 replays, I'm still not convinced it took a deflection, but I'll give him credit for pouring it just inside the near post and beating the keeper with the defender in very, very close proximity. We did have a chance for 4-0 and 4, so Palmer had a good half, but unfortunately his pen was a bit of a weak effort, wasn't it? He did win the penalty, so we can't blame him for that. But obviously our penalty problems do sort of keep adding to, don't they? We seem to be struggling just a little bit. So half time 3-0. Host of changes, of course. We didn't get the full lot in the second half like we did against Preston, but at half time we had Sandler and Rodgers came on for Diaz and Van Dabbe. Early chances for City. There's a couple significant ones. Mahrez and then Rodgers brought out little blocks from the keeper. Did quite well. 62 minutes more subs. Off went Mendy, Ferner, Palmer and Knight, and on came Zinchenko, Gundogan, Gomez and Moreno. 68 minutes. Yes, it was 4-0 and sort of think that was it, wasn't it, for the scoring. Mahrez across for, was it Rodgers on the left there? I think it was Rodgers. And obviously Moreno attempted back heel to goal. It certainly wasn't a pass. He attempted to back heel it in the net. Fell nicely for Nathan Aki, obviously another striker. I don't like these people scoring. It makes Pep decide we don't need a striker, but it's a bit worrying, isn't it? But Aki did well to poke it home from 6 yards. Quite easy, really. More subs off went Aki, Cancelo, Mahrez and McAtee, and on came Pozo, Couto, Roberts and Burns. Yeah, not the flowing second half as you'd expect when you make that sort of raft of changes at different times throughout the half. But City couldn't add to the four. The best chances fell to City in the half. I mean, I don't think Barnsley did very much that second half, and obviously the best chance I think fell to Pozo, who found himself through, but somehow managed to get the ball stuck under his feet. So there you go, full time 4-0 for City. Let's have a look at the player ratings. We like to look at the player ratings. Stuart Brennan's in charge. I don't know if this will be a regular thing now this season. He didn't do many last season, but obviously he's in charge with the ratings. I've started my basis at 6.5 out of 10. So if they had a good steady game, I'll give them that. If they're a little bit below par, I'll give them less. And if they're a bit better, I'll give them more. So that's my little scores. Please let me know your scores as well. If you get a chance, that'd be fantastic. Of course, if we can do it a bit better when the season starts properly, or even better. But yeah, so I'll give you Stuart Brennan's little description first, then I'll just add my little 2 pennyworth. Stefan, his only problem was keeping his cool as City effortlessly played the ball around their own 6-yard box. So he's given him a 6. Yeah, I'm going to give Stefan a 6.5. No problems. I think there's a lovely one-hand punch he did. That he got to the edge of the box, which was quite good. But I think he needed to be a bit more dominant off his line. Certainly that second half, there's obviously with new guys in front of him, he was a bit hesitant on a couple of crosses from corners. And I always thought that was one of his best attributes, to be honest with you. So I was a little bit worried that it was a bit more. I think there's a player on him, but even so, he's usually quite confident at coming. So that was a bit of a worry. But I say I'll give him a 6.5. But didn't really have that much to do. I can't remember him making one sort of save to his left in the first half. That was about it, I think. Cancelo, smart overlap and cross the tee up Knight for the second. His passing and link play were good all night. Yeah, they were. Cancelo again worked up well on that right-hand side. Stuart's given him a 7. I'm going to give him a 7. A good positive game. Perhaps not as lively as the Preston game, but he actually defended quite well. I noticed him get a couple of headers in and put them out for free kicks, throw-ins, no messing about. So I thought defensively he was much better last night than he was against Preston when he had to be, which was nice to see, obviously. Ruben Diaz showed he's moving up through the gears with a typical block on Mikkel Helik's shot, snuffing out danger every turn. Yes, Stuart's given him a 7. I can't argue with a 7. I think he was better than average, wasn't he? Steady and comfortable, I think, there. And Nathan Aki as well. Nathan Aki able to ease through the game unfazed by City's rondos in their own penalty area and bagged a goal before he departed. Yeah, I think even Barnsley had a couple of rondos, didn't they? I was quite impressed. 6. Stuart's only giving 6. That's a bit mean, I think, Stuart. I thought it was cool, and I think the goals were for point as well. So I've given him a 7.5, Aki. I think Stuart's been a bit mean with 6 there. I thought overall very comfortable, as they had the goal to it. It's got to be worth an extra point, surely. Benjamin Mendy started messily. Yeah, he did on Tuesday as well. He emerged as a powerhouse attacking force, providing the assist for Mahrez's showstopper. Yeah, the trouble is, though, he made 2 or 3 little things wrong before that, so that could be a problem in big games, obviously. So, you know, when he did the same against Preston, he started very slowly against Preston as well, so that is a little bit of a worry. Stuart's giving him 7. I will give him a 7, but say that early dodginess could cost us long term. So As I say, it did take him time, but the friendlies, aren't they? Perhaps he needs that time to get up to speed himself. Ferner strode through the game with consummate ease, says Stuart, spreading the ball around with effortless class. I give him an 8. Yeah, I thought it was okay. I'm only giving him a 6 point. I've given him a steady 6.5. It didn't stand out for me at all, to be honest with you, until as and when he went off. But I mean, he was okay, no problems, but he certainly wasn't as influential as against Preston. So I think Stuart's been a bit kind, but I say I'll give him the basic. I'm not going to go mad with him yesterday. James McAtee did not look out of place at being asked to play in a team mainly made up of first teamers, slick and perceptive. Yeah, still Stuart's giving him a 7. He got involved all the time. Not everything works as he wouldn't do, but yeah, little touches, as you say. A lot of people are comparing him to the wonderful David Silva, aren't they? It's a bit early for that, but we can certainly see little aspects of it. So yeah, I'll give him a 7, like Stuart anyway. Cole Palmer, 1 or 2 excellent moments on the ball, including the earning of a penalty. It was, which he promptly messed up, which he did. Stuart's given him a 6. Yeah, I mean, I'll give him a 6.5. I'm not going to put him down just because he missed the penalty. It did ruin sort of an okay night for him, actually. He did everything okay. So I'm going to give him a 6.5, which is the steady, but he won the penalty, so he had a right to mess it up, but such a shame, really. Riyad Mahrez, for the second game running, reigned supreme, an assist, a killer pass, an incredible goal. Absolute quality. Stuart's give him a 9. Yeah, well, I can't give, I'm not as generous as Stuart, but I've got to give him an 8.5. I thought he was outstanding for the amount of time he was on the pitch. As I said, getting back as well, tracking back, superb. Yeah, I think I'm quite happy with Mahrez so far. Yeah, even to say against this sort of opposition, he doesn't usually stand out that much, but he's doing all right. Ben Knight showed his learning by giving the centre backs more problems than he did on Tuesday, and deserved his goal. He certainly did. He's given him a 7. Yeah, I mean, he should have scored another. I think there was one he sliced wide, wasn't there? But I'll give him a 7 as well. I think he did a good job last night for the young lad. Van Dabby, yeah, made it 2 goals in 2 pre-season games by being in the right place at the right time in another bright display. Yeah, so Stuart's given him a 7. I've given him a 7.5. I thought he was an absolute pain to Barnsley for that first half, and I thought he did really, really well, and obviously got a goal as well. That's fantastic, so I'll give him a good 7.5. The subs, yeah, for what time they were on: Philip Sandler, Diaz at half-time, virtual spectator on a one-sided second half, so Stuart's given him a 6. I've got to give him a 6.5. No problems, confident. He just looked the part. Perhaps we struggled a little bit on a couple of corners in the second half, but no real problems that I could see. Morgan Rogers for Adolzi at half-time, Van Dabby at half-time. Nothing went right for the young winger. Stuart's given him a 5. I think that's a bit mean. I'll give him a 6, all right. I mean, there has been hints that he's going to Villa, aren't there, in a part exchange, well, a bit of the exchange deal, but I don't know. It wasn't the greatest, was it? But it did okay. But as I say, a little bit down on average. So I'll give him a 6. Stuart, I'll only give him a 5. Bit mean, Stuart. Ilkay for Parma, 62. Just a case of getting some strength back in the legs. So Stuart's given him a 6. I'll give him a 6.5. I thought he did okay. He saw a couple of nice little touches, a couple of nice little through balls. Didn't quite come off. Well, not his fault. He played the right ball. So yeah, I'll give him a 6.5. Zinchenko for Knight on 62. Only back one day, but instantly looked the part. 7 from Stuart. I'll give him a 7 as well. He's confident. I'll give you half. I've been generous there. A little bit half a point extra. I just thought it looked as if he started as though he's been playing all the time. He didn't look as though he'd just come back from holiday, to be honest with you. So yeah, I've given him a 7. Stuart, give him a 7. Claudio Gomez for Ferner on 62 did a passable impression of Ferner after replacing the skipper. Yeah, I thought he played all right, actually. Yeah, I thought he played a little bit better. He had a bit longer against Preston, obviously, but I thought he did a lot better this one. I say not that Barnsley put him under too much pressure, but Stuart's given him a 7. I'll give him a 7. And he sort of made more impression on me than Ferner to me, obviously, to be horrible to Ferner. Not horrible to Ferner, but Ferner was okay. But I thought Gona was a bit more lively than Ferner for the time he was on. So I'll give him an extra half a point. Moreno, is it for Mendy, 62? His hashback heel teed up hacky. It did, but hashback heel, but it was right place, right time, wasn't it? He's only given him a 5. That's a bit harsh when they're coming on as subs, isn't it? I mean, I'll give him a 6. I will knock half a point off because he did fluff a couple of other things as well, not just that back heel, but at least the back heel he was sort of attempting something, wasn't he, and doing something unusual. But Yeah, Stuart, a bit mean. It's been a bit kind with some, a bit mean with some, I think, today. Patrick Roberts from RS69, instantly sharper than he was on Tuesday, setting up chances for Gundogan and Pozo. He has one or two things he didn't quite do right, but Stuart's given him a 7. I'll give him a steady 6.5. Certainly looked better than he did against Preston, but he wasn't really on long enough with it, to actually make any big impression. Poles over McAtee on 69, over on the ball when he got a great chance. Yeah, so Stuart's giving 5. That was that one when he got stuck under his feet. Yeah, I'll give him a 6. I will knock half a point off. I'm being a bit cruel on subs. I usually give the subs the average, but yeah, there was another chance or two that sort of passed him by Pozo, I think, and. Yeah, but I'll give him a 6. I think Stuart's a bit mean with a 5, don't you? But there you go. Yankuto for Cancelo 69 came on with the game 1 and with City winding down. Yeah, so Stuart's giving him a 6. Yeah, I didn't notice anything bad, anything particularly good. Just standards 6.5. So I'll give him the standards 6.5. Finley Burns for Aki on 69. Another gentle introduction to first team life. Yeah, so again at the back, not too much to worry us about. A couple of corners that looked a bit iffy, went across and were missed by people, etc. So I'll just give him a 6. I'll have to give him a 6.5 because he was sort of comfortable-ish anyway on the Finley Burns. But there you go. Please let me, as I said, please let me know your ratings. Let me know what you think of those ratings. As I say, there's a couple of sort of wide differences there between me and Stuart, but that's always going to happen. It's a matter of opinions and what when you watch games and stuff like that. Man of the matches. I won't give any for the second half. I don't think anyone was sort of outstanding in that second half. It was far too bitty. But again, it's getting a bit boring, this. The first half, I'm going to have to give Mahrez because I thought it was excellent. Some of the young lads were excellent as well that first half, but I think Mahrez just edged it again. So, yeah, as I said, I won't do a second half. But as far as the first half is concerned, which probably counts for the whole game in a way, I think I'll give Mahrez our City man of the match. We have a quick look at Barnsley, don't we? Well, I think they're trying to play a new system. I didn't watch anything of Barnsley last season, but I believe they're a bit more rose-ed. So you could see a couple of the rondos played and they did all right. I think there's one poor pass from the keeper that ended with a City player, but hey, we see Ederson do that more, sometimes when City are playing in the big game, the first Premier League game. So no shame in that. And obviously a new manager, Shop, and it's nice to see that he's trying to play football the correct way. Based on what I've seen of Barnsley and Preston, I would have thought Preston look a little bit better, which surprises me. And I don't think they ever looked a real threat, even at set pieces when you think they might have the bigger lads more experienced lads to worry City. One of the guys went off with a bad gash, didn't he, to his leg, but I don't think they sort of threatened City as much as Preston did. And it'd be very hard on that evidence, and it's only very minor evidence, obviously. It's just one game, just a friendly that I've seen. As I say, I don't watch Barnes on a regular basis, but I think they will be struggling to improve upon or even get that 5th place that they got last season. But hey, it'll be a challenge for Shop, and I'm sure once he gets to know the players better, etc., Barnsley will do okay. I don't mind Barnsley. We've got a good lad from Barnsley, haven't we, playing for us now? So yeah, I've nothing against Barnsley. I think good luck to him anyway for the forthcoming season. Yeah, City again. We did what we had to do. It'll be interesting now with this Blackpool game on Tuesday. So I'll be doing a review of that, of course, on Wednesday. So join me for that and the player ratings, etc. And then obviously the lead up to the Community Shield. Yeah, but City, I thought we would do all right, and the young lads did. I think that the young lads did all right. I think the young lads are more willing to take a chance and lose the ball more than perhaps our first teamers would, if you know what I mean. They do tend to sort of carry it that little bit longer without passing it or looking for a player, and that sort of doesn't fit in with how our first team play if you think about it. But there's nothing wrong with that. They show a little bit of keenness to impress, and they're willing to have a go, which is nice to see. So yeah, I think we're getting a lot of pluses for the young lads. I say I don't really take much notice of friendlies in previous seasons. Obviously, a bit more interest now, but I may even try and get to a couple of the under-23 games and stuff like that this season, because some of those lads are worth a watch, aren't they? So yeah, a nice mix, and I think City, we did what we had to do, and I was quite happy again with that. We certainly played worse friendlies, that's for sure. So thanks for joining me for this. Anyway, as I said, please join me for the Blackpool match report, which I'll be hopefully out there on Wednesday afternoon, I think, or late morning. And of course, a big week this week, the build up to the Community Shield. So there's three. I've got three vlogs coming out this week. We've got the History Boys vlog, of course. It looks back at a previous meeting at Wembley between City and Leicester. So don't miss that if you can watch that. A match preview, of course, a build up to the game with my starting 11. That'd be interesting, won't it? With obviously Pep said he's going to play the under-23s, but I don't believe him for one moment that he's going to start with the under-23. I think he's going to start with as many experienced players as he can and then go from there, which he's been doing in these friendlies. And there will be, I do the match odds. I don't condone gambling, etc. But a little bit of match odds special. So if you want to have a little bit of fun, see if there's any value out there for a little bit of fun, a little bit of a flutter. I don't put much money on myself. I don't, and I suggest you don't either. Only ever bet what you can afford. There will be, just for this season, see how it goes, see how people are interested, just a little match odds special as well. So there'll be 3 vlogs for this Community Shield, and then probably going forward, that's what I plan to do for the rest of the season as well, for every game. So let me know in the comments anyway if that sounds interesting to you. As I say, you can pick and choose, and I've took the odds out of the main preview because obviously some people aren't really that bothered, but if you are, just want a little bit of fun. I'll try and add a bit of fun to it as well, not just boring figures and odds and betting, etc. I'll just try and put a bit of humour in there as well. So join me for the odd show, and I may even have a start doing a little charity bit every now and then. Let's sort of hope for to earn a few quid for certain charities, etc. But as I say, it's early doors yet. I don't know on that, but please join me this week for those 3 looks at the upcoming Manchester City versus Leicester City at Wembley. Of course, I'll be going, and then obviously there'll be a review the day after. Although obviously it might be a slightly different review because obviously when you're there, it's harder to make notes and keep things. So, but we'll still have our player ratings, etc. So join me for that. Anyway, thanks for watching today. We're going to do the rest of the day. Have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More importantly, let's all look after each other. Till we meet here again on the Citizen channel, or perhaps have a flit across. Have a look at my film and TV channel. If you just want a rest from football, which we all do sometimes, don't we? Have a look on there. I try and entertain and inform on there as well. I only ask one thing of you. Until we meet again, please stay safe, Blues. Come on, City. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.